Who farted?
It was not a fart.
Good job, Ed. Nice job. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. Joining me and my co-host, Edward, Tracy, Mac, the whole panel here tonight. So sorry for that little thing we had at the beginning there. Ed couldn't help himself. So, but
No, it wasn't me. Grace.
Yeah. So
Good evening,
all right.
gentlemen.
Good evening. How we doing, guys?
We're doing well.
I'm fine.
Apparently, we got one of our things on Facebook is not working. Here, let me remove it. All right, guys. So, Trace, we didn't have you last week. I know you were having some technical difficulties.
I couldn't hear you guys at all last week. I didn't know what was going on there.
I don't know. But apparently you got it fixed this week, so you're back.
Yep. My technical, networking stuff.
Yeah.
So socials.
We didn't really get a chance to get your thoughts on Tomlin stepping down. Real quick, I was going to say, is there anything you want to? Is there anything you want to say?
I think he's done coaching, right? No, I mean, not shocked. I didn't know how he'd go down, but at the same time, he left in control is what I think he wanted to do, right? So he stepped out when he wanted to, even though he lost the game right there. But nobody else can really come after him because they owe compensation back to the Steelers. And so they kind of have to negotiate with them before he can do it. So just by resigning and whatnot, I think he's stepping away, and hopefully it's to just do whatever he can do away from football for a little while here. So, I mean, I'm not shocked by it. I'm ready for change. I'll say that, Billy. I'm sure you guys talked that for a little while. Eddie's been saying it for 10 years.
Yeah, been saying it a while. All right, let's get right into it. Let's talk about. We got a comment already. I want Chris Shula. We'll get into that. I don't know that he's going to want to come here. That's my only thing. Some of these young guys, I'm not sure. Flores just signed with the Vikings. Yeah, I know. We just heard of that before we came on the air here. So you can scratch him off the list. Yeah.
That one.
Let's get into it, guys. I mean, a little bit shocking last week when when they were compiling the list of coaches that were going to be interviewing virtually and some interviewing in person. One of the front runners was Chris Shula. He was the betting favorite as of last week. We got another comment. What's good, fellas? Not much. Everything's good. How are you doing there,
Mr. Vegas?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Couldn't read that. Need to get my reading glasses out. Yeah, Chris Shula was the front runner as of last week, guys. Now they just had – I was listening to Fan. I was listening to Mark Menn. They had I think it was DeFabio that was saying now McCarthy is the front runner. He's the Vegas betting odd to be the next head coach of the Steelers. What do you guys make of that?
He's local, right? He's a local guy?
Yeah, he's from Greenfield.
Maybe that's why.
Well, I mean, I think that's part of it, but what do you guys? I mean, what do you guys think of this whole thing? I mean, I'm okay with it. I honestly am okay with it. I don't,
Eddie, what do you remember of McCarthy? Was he a systems guy? I mean, he had our quarterback for a little while there, right? Do you think our quarterback stays if he shows up?
Aaron Rodgers said in an interview the only other quarterback he played for, and this is also Dr. McCown,
coach
as well. Coach he played for. And Dr. McCown knows this is Mike McCarthy. He was at Dallas. He was 12-5 every year at Dallas. 12-5. He didn't do much in the playoffs. Lost to an upstart Green Bay team. Lost a couple of games to the Niners. But he definitely can coach offense. I think the key, whichever side of the ball is chosen to be the head coach, they better have somebody on the other side of the ball that's as smart, if not smarter than they are, because that's the winning combination.
Yeah. Ethan is king. It says, correction, guys. Flores can still sign with the team to be head coach. If he doesn't, Vikings have him as DC.
I mean, sure, they could trade him.
Yeah.
But he signed an extension with the Vikings.
Listen, with McCarthy, he's got proven head coaching success. He's an offensive mind, which is something the Steelers have lacked for a long time. Okay,
which we all talked that. I don't mind that either.
Yeah, he is a Super Bowl winning coach. I mean, he beat the Steelers as coach of the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of offensive expertise. We know this team really, even in Ben's last couple years, this team has struggled on offense for years. He's known for his offensive background. He's known for developing offensive schemes, successful offensive schemes. When you look at it, when he coached the Cowboys led the league in scoring 2 of his last 3 years there. I think he has a great philosophy. He's a proven head coach. I think he could be the change that this franchise needs, to get back to hopefully elite status. A lot of people are saying, well, he's 62. Why would they hire a 62-year-old? Why wouldn't they hire one of these young guys to lead this team? My whole thing, guys, is I don't know if these young guys want to come and coach this team. Do you think this is do you think Chris Shula looks at this as a dream job? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that he does. I don't know that he does. Do you think that maybe Minter looks at this as a dream job, or Shieldhouse? I don't know. I don't know that they necessarily would look at this as a lucrative position. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe they do look at it as a decent hire or decent place to go. He said it's true. Adam Schefter tweeted about the confusion. And then we got
under contract is under contract. You're still going to have to get compensation. I don't think any coach is worth that.
McCarthy is worse than Tomlin.
They have almost a record.
Yeah, and he's an offensive coach. He's an offensive-minded coach. I don't know how. I think that would be. I think it would be a good thing, and he has a history of developing quarterbacks too. I mean, not that. I think Aaron Rodgers probably would come back. Do we all agree? Do we all agree that he's probably going to come back?
Yeah, I think that's the whole key. I'm going to jump in right there. I'm glad you said it, Bill. Let's talk about the front runner in McCarthy, okay? I don't think there's any doubt. He's won Super Bowl. He has a track record with Green Bay. He did well with Dallas. He had 3 quality years with the Cowboys and produced. If the goal is to get Aaron Rodgers to come back, that is your best bet to do, is to bring McCarthy here. Let's face it, when he coaches day one, he's going to be 63 years old. Yep. He's supposedly a quarterback whisperer, offensive guy. Who's he whispering to? He ain't teaching Aaron Rodgers nothing, okay? If you have a quarterback in the stable that you could teach, I understand bringing McCarthy here. They don't. Or if they bringing him here for Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. But he is the front runner. I'm not mad that they bring him here, but I don't like it if he's coming here to coach Aaron Rodgers and entice him to come back. I don't know what you guys thought. That's my thoughts on McCarthy.
Well, I kind of agree with that in a way. I kind of agree with that. Like, part of me, listen, you saw what Aaron Rodgers could do. I think he still has a little bit more in the tank. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think there's any doubt with that, Bill. I think you're right. He does have some left. But
I just don't see us doing it short term, though, Mac.
Okay.
Right. He's not there. The team's not ready. And I think we all can agree on that. He does have something left. And if they had receivers and that defense was formidable, I would say, yeah, let's do this. But that's not true. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing. And he says Ethan is King says there's no comp required. It was written in the contract they just signed.
A terrible contract that Minnesota signed then. That's just idiocy. You can get a cheap couple draft picks. Why would you do that? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that he's going to go somewhere.
Right. I'm just going to say this. I mean, I mean, this is something this is the elephant in the room that we've got to address. They don't have a good quarterback situation right now. Okay. It's pretty bleak in the draft. And, there's not a lot of free agents to pick from. I don't know. I've heard Malik Willis being thrown out there. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't. He's another Justin Fields.
You got him. You got Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray. What are you going after? There ain't nothing there.
And two.
Agreed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean,
I know what here's honestly what they should do at quarterback. And McCarthy, it'd be a great pair. Is they should draft Jackson Dart. Oh wait, they didn't do that last year, idiots. That was a good quarterback to draft. They just didn't do it. As far as McCarthy's a quality coach. I don't know what he's going to do with, the crap that is here in the quarterback room because I'm just I'm not sold on Howard. Howard is not Tom Brady found in the 6th round. Howard is not Mac Jones. Howard is a quarterback that got traced out of Kansas State and went to Ohio State with a $700 million football team for college.
And I'm sorry, I'm tired of fans around here pulling for Mason Rudolph. We've seen what he can do, and it's not going to lead the team to the promised land. I can tell you that. I'm sick and tired of hearing people saying, some guy called up and said, on the fan about Mason's like Rocky, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what on earth are you even talking about? Malik Willis is most likely to be going to Miami with Jeff Hafley. Yeah, we heard that as well. That's a good point. Very good point.
Who cares?
On that one.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, does that, anyway.
Yeah.
Good comment, but, do we want him? No.
No, I don't want him. I don't want him at all. And my whole thing is for me, when I take a step back and look at this whole picture, to me, the obvious choice is bringing Aaron Rodgers back for one more year. And I honestly, that's what the Rooneys are thinking too. They've already said they want him back and they would like him to come back. If hiring, McCarthy gets him back, I don't know. I mean, it's a real. I don't know. I mean, part of me really likes Chris Shula, and really, but he's a defensive guy. He's young. Not to say that maybe he wouldn't entice, who knows? Maybe he'd entice some other people from that Rams staff to come over. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I think Sean McVay is a genius. I think he's a great coach, and I think that Chris Shula probably would be a good head coach, I think. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think a guy like Chris Shula would want to come here? Given what he has to work with here? I mean, the roster's not. It's not stellar. It's really not.
But it's still.
Go ahead, Bill. Trace.
It's not stellar. Agreed. But where it's not stellar is the shiny things. I think. We're down in the trenches. I think it's pretty solid right now, and it could get better with a couple shiny things.
What?
Don't give me this.
It is a terrible location to come to because you're missing the only thing you need in the sport, and you haven't had in years. You can't win.
Which is what?
Back, period. There's no.
Why do we need one? The rest of the AFC don't have one, so why do we have to have one? And if there's such a great coach, let's get one coached up.
Oh my God. You have to have a quarterback to win in the league.
I'll jump in, and Shula is on the burner. He's a candidate, gentlemen. But let's face it, when McDermott fell, and me and the Mighty Quinn talked about this. Once McDermott fell, that restarted this whole debacle again, right? Yeah. It set the whole world on fire. Now he might be a Raiders front runner. He might be dragging. I've heard that. I heard it that he's really good friends with that Shieldhouse. I heard he might take him with him, and they're going down there to talk to Brady in like the next 2 days. So
Well-
that's a whole nother thing that just shook this whole thing to pieces. So
Yeah.
who knows? I mean,
Well,
it's insane. And 6 of these candidates, gentlemen, 6 of them are still playing. Their teams are still playing. So we don't know what's going to happen. If the Rams win, then things will start to fall down, right? Like if the Rams lose.
Somebody even made a comment. I forget what show it was on, but somebody made a comment. What if the Rams win it all? They said there's a good potential that McVay might actually step down, and I know he has some kind of what is it, Ed? Was something with Amazon? He has some kind of
side,
yeah. So they said that that would just turn up, that could really, put everything in a tizzy, so to speak. We got
more wins.
What do we? Is that a real thing?
He does have a side deal with Amazon. The thing is,
that's
Dr.
true.
McCown and I talked about this, that if the Rams win, they're going to lose not only, I guarantee you, Matthew Stafford's retiring. Why would you not?
If they win, yeah.
Right, no doubt. And then I guarantee you, McVay, he's always wanted to leave. He puts his entire, head to toe he puts in there, and he has no life really except for football. So I think he would step away for a while. He turns 40 here in a day or two, where he just turned 40. I mean, he's got 10 wins in the playoffs before 40. Nobody else in the NFL is even half that. Right. Like the closest person might be.
Do you guys think he would really retire?
I do.
I mean, there's talk about that. That's not coming from me. I just didn't pull that off the top of my head. There's talk.
I mean,
I mean, there's talk that if he ends up winning the Super Bowl, that he might step aside for a little bit.
And why not Mike LaFleur? Why not?
Yeah,
Dr. LaFleur.
LaFleur. Yeah. He's Matt LaFleur's brother. He's an offensive coordinator. Very good.
Yeah. We got Nico Avocado 570. Boy, I'm sorry, I can't. I was trying to
superfood super fan.
Yeah, trying to like enunciate that one out, and I had some problems. Mark Cabali reported
that came out right there.
Yeah, Mark Cabali reported that Mike McCarthy and Arthur Smith have ties. Arthur might be back as OC. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't hear that, but Ethan is King said, I did not think of that with McVay. Crazier things have happened. Yeah, I mean it could be a possibility. Getting back to McCarthy, I mean, the guy. And here's another thing too with McCarthy.
Really, it's for. I'm sorry, McVay had a $100 million deal on the table to be the color commentator for Amazon's football Thursday Night Football.
Yeah. So I mean, there you have it.
That's a lot more than what they pay him to coach.
Correct. And
by 3, maybe, huh?
And a lot less stress.
Right, a
lot less stress.
Yeah.
Well, the chicks like him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great coach. I mean, I think he's a genius. I think he's a phenomenal coach.
What's happening, man?
By the way, how about McDaniel getting hired as the Chargers OC? Did you guys see that?
Phenomenal move for the Chargers.
Fantastic deal. That's the smartest move I've seen in all the coaching so far.
Yeah, he's a great offensive coordinator.
I'm jealous.
He's great. Yeah. Oh. No, I agree. Getting back to McCarthy, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point. Finish your point there.
I did not have. It was Mac.
I thought Mac had a point. Go
Where's
ahead.
Mac? Buddy. Mac, you weren't talking there, Mac?
No. I said in terms of him being a commentator, he could come right in and do his thing.
Yeah.
Which would be good.
He took himself out of the Browns head coaching search.
Have some.
Yeah, and then how about
who wouldn't do that?
Yeah. And then how about Stefanski getting hired down in Atlanta?
And he was smart enough to keep Olbrich there as defensive coordinator. Another great move.
Right.
I mean, Billy, I was telling Dr. McCown this today. To me, it's almost feels like the conversations you, Sachs, and I have had with wide receivers throughout the years. hey, they should really go after X.
Well, it really
what
seems to me like they're going to hire McCarthy. I really think that it's going to happen, and a lot of experts, have been saying that it's pretty much done deal. They're just interviewing some of these guys for formalities. Is basically what it comes to. McCarthy. I want to say this about him. I think he has a history of successfully developing quarterbacks. When you look at it, I mean, really, he even Rodgers admitted this. He did a lot to hone Aaron Rodgers' skills as a quarterback, and I think he would be. Finally, we could have somebody that has the capabilities of developing a quarterback, because we have not had that for a very long time. I mean, we have not had that for a very long time. I don't look at Rodgers coming back if McCarthy's hired as a bad thing. I don't. I think it's it's probably your best. It's probably your best bet. We've heard what Art Rooney said. Art Rooney doesn't believe in a rebuild, and I believe him. I really believe him. He doesn't want to. He made the comment when he addressed the media that why would you waste a year in not being competitive? Why wouldn't you try to do everything you got in your power to be competitive? And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think they'd be better off starting Mason Rudolph going 6-11 and maybe getting something in not this year's draft, but maybe next year's draft, quarterback wise. But I just don't see them doing that, and I find it kind of funny that he made the comment that our goal is to be in contention. That's something we've always done is every year in and year out being in contention. I don't know, Art, if you get blown out in the wild card round, were you ever really in contention?
Well, Bill, you're thinking he's saying contention for the Super Bowl. Maybe he means contention for the playoffs to make it. If he's talking about that, look, I'm not saying but they're in contention to get the 7th wild card every year. Yeah. They are. If that's what you want, then yeah, don't get draft picks.
Yeah, right. Nico Avocado says, do you guys agree McCarthy is worse than Tomlin? Guys, you have at it, and then
I don't agree with that at all, but
he's worse than Tomlin. His overall record is 170 wins, 105 losses, and he's 1-0 in the Super Bowl. So his Super Bowl record is better than Tomlin's, right? I think if I'm doing the math correctly.
Well, Bill, you already pointed it out that he's the front runner, right?
Yeah.
So now that Flores is off Flores is done. So I think he was second or third. Yeah. Minter was in the mix. I heard he has a real good shot down in Baltimore. I heard Baltimore really wants him.
Yeah.
So if Minter's gone and Flores
is gone, that's a better situation for him.
Right. And the Rams, both the Rams guys are tied up for the next potentially, week, maybe 3.
Yeah.
McCarthy's moving closer and closer to the, to the guy. He's more of a front runner now than he was a minute and a half ago before Flores signed.
And he did. He did do an in-person interview today.
Yeah.
So, and that that did happen. McCarthy 174, 112-2 has led his teams to the playoffs in 12 of his 18 seasons as head coach, including a record of 11-11, 500 in the postseason. So
if I didn't know any better, Bill, I think you just read off John Harbaugh's resume. That's 12-18. He did too. He got fired. But I'm just saying.
I'm going to say one thing.
Them both. I think they're both quality guys.
Yeah. I'm going to just say one thing, Nico Avocado 570. Do I think McCarthy is worse than Tomlin? No. And I'll say one thing why. I think that he's an offensive-minded coach, and I think that's what you need at this point in time. So I think that gives him, to me, that puts him in a better standing with me as a head coach than what Tomlin did. I'm just saying it's an offensive league. maybe if we were in it, maybe if this was not 2026 and 1986, I wouldn't feel that way. If it was 1986, I would probably say, hey, defense first. Defense wins championships. With this day and age in 2026, you want an offensive minded coach, and I just think it's slight upgrade. I'm just going to say that it's a slight upgrade. Ethan is king. Tomlin has had a better winning percentage in the regular season than McCarthy.
Tomlin sucks in the playoff, and he's crap. Give it up. I mean, it's over. His streaks are obnoxious. He's obnoxious. His ego is what cost the Steelers to be in, just mediocre in perpetuity because the guy stinks. Give it up. He sucked. Anything's an upgrade. Go out and get the high school coach of whatever high school team you want. He's going to be better than Tomlin.
Some people say go out and get a freaking fire hydrant. That's an upgrade. I mean, I don't know.
Go look at his coaching tree, the great Tomlin. Look at his coaching tree. It's as straight as you know what in the morning. So I think he sucks.
They're going to need that fire hydrant if they don't get a quarterback to put out the fire.
That's a true statement, Mac.
We got Nico. That's disrespectful, Ed. Boom.
No, it is not disrespectful. Dig into his background. He's an average coach. That's it. What the hell did he do? Took somebody else's players and won. That's all.
Well, and I've said that before. The farther and farther he got from the Cowher players, the worse he got. Yeah, and I mean, that's just that's not taking shots at the guy. That's reality. Facts. Yeah, I mean that's facts. The worse he got. And the more removed he was from the Cowher era players, the worse his records were. I mean, maybe not regular season. I mean, but 12
in the playoffs, he stinks. It's 40%. Give me a break.
And I mean, look at what he did. I mean, look at just all you got to do is just look at here. I'll read you his stats here. Playoff losses. He had. From 2016 to 7 playoff losses in a row, or was it 8? Was it 7 or he was tied with Marvin Lewis? But did the loss to the Texans make it 8 or no? That was 7.
No, they made it 7. He also has a record all by himself: 5 playoff losses by 21 points or greater. He is an average to above average coach, and that is it.
Right. Yeah,
go look at his time in Minnesota. Year before he got there in Minnesota, they were 9-7 and made it to the playoffs. He shows up, and by the way, Minnesota led the league in turnovers and sacks. He shows up as the DC after being a simple quarterbacks coach in Tampa Bay. Shows up, and guess what? They're 6-10. Turnovers go down, sacks go down. He improved their run stopping ability. Woo! Give me a break. The dude was so overrated, it's ridiculous. Should have been fired 10 years ago. He may even won another Super Bowl with Ben. You don't even know because the guy stuck around.
Ethan, we got a lot of comments tonight. Ethan is king says he disagrees with you, Ed. He said we'll be screwed without Tomlin. Just my opinion.
Ethan needs to go get hired as a professional analyst in the national media because that's what they're going to say. If the Steelers happen to go below 500, all they're going to say is, "Oh, see, you got what you wanted." The guy was done 10 years ago. Face it. If you're a Steeler fan, if you're a Yinzer, he was done 10 years ago. Bright teams do it. You go ahead and have your 57-year, whatever you want to call it, second with 3 coaches. Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
New England's getting ready. They're 1 game away from their 12th championship appearance. 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
What do the Steelers have? 8. Woo! Okay. And if they win, they're going to have 7. So the Steelers, nothing. TJ Watt also lost his crap this year because he ain't as good as Myles Garrett. Guess what? Yeah. Tomlin should have been gone 10 years ago. Deal with it.
Yeah. We got some chick here. Some chick named Celia is saying screwed without Tomlin.
Yeah, she's actually correct. The best coach, Tomlin. All right, Gavin, Montana. Go back to Montana. He's not the best coach ever. He's crap. Should have left 10 years ago. You go 9 years out of him. You might even
go Pats.
Super Bowls. Yeah, I say go Pats too. Give me a break.
Well, I mean, they got an easy path, gentlemen. I mean, what a shame that. Oh, wow. Bo Nix. Poor Bo Nix. Let's pray.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't that terrible? I just – what do you think if you're Buffalo? I mean, you're like, oh, God, we just,
Apparently they're thinking Grant Yudinsky.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yadinsky from Jacksonville. I think they're going to bring him in to replace McDermott.
Yeah, I mean, Tomlin has never had a losing season. Best coach.
Listen,
I mean,
write yourself.
Yeah.
He's not had a season below 500. That's it. He hasn't done crap otherwise since 2016. Out of his 19 years of illustrious coaching, 13 of them didn't do crap.
Karen's saying Tomlin was treated horribly by Rooney and the fan. I disagree with that, Karen. He was treated like royalty with the Rooneys. I mean, God, no other.
Stop being a Karen.
I'm going to tell you something right now, Karen. No other ownership in the NFL would have given him the autonomy that he had for as long as he had. None. I mean, he would have if he would have been coaching for the Maras, he would have lasted probably 6 seasons, Ed, right?
I don't even think that long.
Right.
I mean, they recognize that you have to move on. They got 2 Super Bowls.
I mean, I don't. He was not treated badly, Karen, by the Rooneys at all. I mean, the fans were hard on him there at the last, but I mean, rightfully so. I mean, it's been 2016 since you won a playoff game. You've been blown out. How many years in a row? How many years in a row, Karen, when you've been blown out? And I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to And I mean, he stepped down. They didn't fire him. He stepped down.
Well, he burned it all down.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped down. For all intents and purposes, the Rooneys wanted him back next season. They sat down to talk about the coordinators, and he said, "Let me stop you right there. I'm stepping down as head coach." He had
it made, boys. He was king of his castle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know why he left.
A lot of fans that were calling for Thomas Frank were, oh my God.
Yeah. I don't want to even go there.
Don't even read that on air. Don't even read it on air. It's such a joke. I mean, honestly, go look at the other coaches that were fired. That's just a non-starter for everybody. I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
move on from that. The guy is average. He's mediocre, Mike. And I'm sorry if people can't understand that. It's very easy to understand. Look at the stats. Look at his hit rate in the first round of drafting. What was it, 8.5% or 9% when the league average is 44? He can't draft people, can't develop any. You know he's excellent at developing, and I'll give him this credit. He's excellent at developing diva wide receivers because that's all he did the entire time he was here. And you can keep number over and over again. He allowed all that nonsense to happen. Then he takes those poison players and throws them into the NFL. And then, good on him because they got rings out of it. And that's what you had to do. You had to leave Pittsburgh to get a ring because he couldn't coach. I mean, how do you not get something out of the Killer Bees? How is that possible?
Exactly. That you vastly underachieved with the Killer Bees. I agree with that. I mean, you had really basically a pathway to the Super Bowl. You really did. And I mean, I'm going to say this, for me, the biggest mistake that Mike Tomlin had for me was drafting Kenny Pickett. That was all him. And he, that was his biggest mistake. That was 100% on him. He even said it. And that set the Steelers back at least 5 years. I mean, at least 5 years.
Karen says, don't be rude because she's a woman. It has nothing to do with you being rude. It has to do with your idiotic comment about racism. And I see you on John's podcast, and I know you like Bill, which is fantastic. But don't put anything on there about race because that's a joke. People didn't like him because he didn't win. If he was green and won every year at Super Bowl, guess what people would do? They'd paint their faces green in the black and gold. That they would paint their faces green. It has nothing to do with race. He just can't coach any longer in Pittsburgh. Period.
Yeah. I
mean, it's absurd.
Did you see Tomlin told Najee Harris to leave Pittsburgh? I didn't see that. No.
Well, I mean, he did because he didn't sign him.
Yeah, and I'm going to say one other thing about his second biggest mistake. It was not he did not have a good track record of hiring good assistant coaches with equal or greater football knowledge than him. And I mean, and I'll say it again. He ran Dick LeBeau out. He ran Bruce Arians out. They didn't really,
Todd Haley.
Yeah, Todd Haley, exactly. He surrounded himself with guys like who were I mean Terrell Austin. You spent all that money on a defense, and you're last in a lot of not dead last, but down the line on a lot of areas on defense. You know, I mean, no coaching tree. You
He
know,
let
I
Matt
mean,
Canada
it
come out here and ruin.
it doesn't mean it. Yeah, it doesn't mean everything, but it doesn't mean nothing. You know, I mean, you know, I
If
just
everyone's going to champion those other silly streaks, you might as well champion the streak of no coaching tree.
right.
I mean, give me a break.
I mean, I think we can all agree Tomlin's gone, boys. I mean, I fell off the
Yeah.
merry-go-round when I was 8. My arm feels better now. We can move on and jump into some real coaching things. We got to fill a slot, gentlemen.
It was that metal.
Tomlin has his records and he has his little thing here and there. But
well, I mean, who do you guys want to see hired as the next coach? I mean, I'm going to say this. I wouldn't terribly be disappointed if they hired McCarthy. However, my front runner, if you ask me, if the Rooney said, "Hey, Bill, who's your front runner? Who should we hire?" I would say Chris Shula. That would be my guy. I think he's a rising star. I think he recently led the young Rams defense to a top 10 finish in points allowed, despite being one of the league's lowest paid unit. I mean, they're one of the league's lowest paid unit guys. Let's he has already conducted a virtual interview. They've already conducted a virtual interview with Chris Shula. But to me, I think, hey, he's the guy I would hire. I would hire him. He would be my first choice.
Billy, it goes back to your original point. If I'm Chris Shula, right, I'm a young coach that wants to succeed. There's no way I come to Pittsburgh when I have a quarterback in Josh Allen. No way.
Well, I know, and that's the thing.
But who would you pick, though, Ed?
If I were to do it, I would take the lower of the totem pole. I'd take the kid who's the passing game coordinator. Number one, the Steelers do not spend money, so he's not going to cost you.
Who'd you take?
The kid from the Rams, the passing game coordinator, Shieldhouse.
Oh, Shieldhouse
is who I would take.
Shieldhouse. Yeah, you know what?
Would you take it? Would you take him because you think you got him or could get him, or do you think him? Would you take him because you think he's the best guy?
I would take him because I think of the people that they're able to get because of what happened in Buffalo. No, this is a fact. Because of Buffalo happened. Had Buffalo not?
I hear you. But you're telling me who you think you could get. I'm just asking who you would take.
I would take Shieldhouse because I think he's up and coming, and I think he has the energy to coach the team, and that's what they need. They need an infusion of youth, and they need somebody who's on the offensive side. Again, if he comes in and he hires a quality defense coordinator, I think they'll be fine. It doesn't matter which side they pick. They have to hire their counterpart as somebody who is established, bright, and is willing to somebody with head coach experience would be perfect as a defense coordinator.
Yeah. So you don't like Chris Shula?
I don't think he's going to come here. I'm just being honest. Yeah. Why would he come here? There's nothing here.
Well, and that's my biggest thing. Why, if I'm really looking at it from his standpoint, why would you come here? I mean, I'm just.
I think personally, I think they lost the best guy. I think they lost the best guy with Stefanski. He's gone, and I get that. I would have tried to get Stefanski to come to town.
I said it. I would have said, hey, I'd have tried a package deal with him and Schwartz. Bring Jim Schwartz with you.
But the guys you got left now, you got like Kubiak and LaFleur. You got that Udinsky kid. Those are all offensive guys. They're all candidates. I don't see any of them linked to here. I just keep hearing that we hate all the Kubiaks. That we don't think that Udinsky's worth anything. I mean, I don't understand. And Shula isn't, high on the list. At least he wasn't. Like I heard he was a 4th or 5th possible. Well, I don't know.
He was the betting favorite last week.
In the beginning, yeah.
In the beginning, yeah. That's kind of slipped. I mean, that's
I know. That's why I don't understand. I don't get it. But
yeah, I mean, what about Anthony Weaver? I know he was out there, but did somebody pick him up yet or?
Not that I'm aware of. I heard that they requested an interview with him. Yeah.
Okay. Karen said, "I would love Brian Flores." I mean, I kind of would like him too. I mean, he was up on my list as well.
He's gone.
He's gone, unfortunately.
What I really liked about Flores was, if I'm not mistaken, the only time we saw our defense make a real adjustment in 1 year was when Flores had an influence on that. And there were 2 games where he made an adjustment, and
Tomlin hated that. Tomlin was like, "Oh man, you're showing me up." It was like
that's why I thought Flores was innovative.
Of course he is.
I mean
Anthony Weaver's headed to Buffalo for an in-person interview.
Okay. Gavin Montana said definitely Brian Flores.
We know he's not gone. For the love of God.
Yeah.
Anybody can sign him. We know that.
Yeah.
I just don't think he would. There's no reason to, honestly, looking at it from a coaching perspective, you're not going to win. You don't have a quarterback. It's a quarterback league. You don't have one. Right?
Brian Flores, Steeler written all over him. Nico Avocado. Chris Shula would choose Buffalo. I agree, Ethan. Ethan is king. I agree. I think he would choose Buffalo. I would. I know I would, So
I think they missed their shot at a bunch of things. It's typical Steeler fashion. Are they going to spend 4 to 6 or are they going to spend 13 to 17? Dr. Mack and I had this conversation.
Ethan is king, says Todd Haley for head coach. Anyone? Todd Haley is he is going to be back in coaching. He just
signed on.
He just signed with the Columbus Aviators as for the UFL. So he's not the head coach. He's an offensive coordinator. So he's going to be doing that. So he's got that gig. I
don't think they're going to have what they. It comes down to money. Dr. Mack and I talked about it. You spending 4 to 6. You spending 13 to 17. 4 to 6 get you the kids from Shield.
Here's the other thing too, guys. Omar Khan and McCarthy actually worked together in New Orleans. Yeah, in 2000. He raised in Homestead. We said about the Aaron Rodgers factor. I think it would be. I think Aaron
at 62, Bill. How many years? How many years would this guy be available? You think?
That's hard.
Look at it a different way. Look at it a totally different way. You hire him, and in 5 years, he gets you a Super Bowl title. Do you effing care what his age is?
No.
I'm being serious. No one does. Yeah. It's all about producing and winning, which Tomlin was not doing.
Karen says Terrell Austin screwed this defense over. It was a group effort, Karen. I think Tomlin had a little bit to do with it, But yeah, I wasn't happy with Terrell Austin as a defensive coordinator. I thought you had you had how many? The most expensive defense in 4 years in a row in the league, and that's what you put out. That's what you. That was it was terrible. It's
but Terrell Austin is a problem, right? But who endorsed him?
Well, that's my point. That's why I said it's a group. That's why I said it's a group effort.
We already bashed the guy that was in charge, right? They got rid of Tomlin. We blamed every offensive coordinator Tomlin ever had.
Yep.
And he brought them all there, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't pose any threat.
Nice Steeler tumbler my kids got me for Christmas. This thing is amazing.
I tell you what.
Amazing. I tell you, I put the ice in it this morning, and I still got ice in there at 8:44 at night.
Because it's a gift that keeps on giving, Billy.
It's cold outside, Bill.
It is freezing.
It is cold out. We're supposed
to get all the warm shit in there, Bill.
We're supposed to get all this snow. I'm supposed to get on the Wheeling Nailers game on Saturday. We're supposed to get all this snow. It's just, I don't know.
Life could be worse, though. It could be.
Let Torpy know you're going down on Saturday. Kurt Torpy's always at the game.
He's a season ticket holder.
Usually comments on the
Torpy, comment.
All right. Do we want to switch gears here to some Penguins?
No, pick a coach. No. You're not getting off that easy. This is a sports show, and I want to pick. I'm not the Steeler fan, so I'm going to take charge. Tracy, who's the coach going to be?
My front runner was definitely and probably still is Shula, but I think it might end up being McCarthy.
Tracy McCarthy pick. Mac, who's your pick?
It's a no-brainer. It's McCarthy right now. There's no other one in the running.
Bill, who's your pick?
Yeah, I'm with the guys. I think it's McCarthy. I think it's I would like Shula, but I don't think that it's going to happen. I agree with Ethan is king. I think that he's probably going to look at the Steelers and he's going to look at Buffalo and he's going to say I'd be better served being the head coach of Buffalo, And I think Mike McCarthy is from here. He wants to coach here. I think it's probably been his lifelong dream to be Steelers head coach, right? I mean, I think it's if you grew up in Homestead, and you raised in the ranks, you rose up in the ranks in the NFL coaching. You coached Dallas, or coached Green Bay, you coached Dallas. I don't know. Wouldn't you want to come home? And you got connections. You got connections with Omar Khan. You've got the Aaron Rodgers factor. So I think it's pretty much signed in ink at this point that he's going to be the next head coach. I don't see them going in a different direction at this point in time. I just really don't. Like I said, I would like to see Shula. That would be my pick. Just because I think that the direction of the organization, probably looking down the line, would probably be better served with a young guy like that. I'm just looking at that, But we got here. Hold on a second. Boy,
what does Ed say?
I'm loving it.
What does Ed say? Ed says you're all wrong. It's going to be Shield Chase. I'm taking Nate Shield Chase and Minter as the defense coordinator. You're all wrong.
Shield House.
I am, because they're not going to spend money. What does Mike McCarthy cost you?
I don't know.
5-year contract.
I'll tell you what. Let's make it a lunch on that, Ed.
No. La, 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 la.
You know what? If Shieldhouse is hired, that's a great Pittsburgh name. And I tell you what, it's the Yinzers we're gonna switch it to Steelhouse. Okay. He's not going to be Shieldhouse. He's going to be Steelhouse. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Ethan is king. Don't count out Anthony Weaver. He is considered a strong candidate according to Jerry Dulac.
Jerry Dulac is insane.
Yeah, tell everybody how old Mike McCarthy is.
65,
well,
right?
Mac, he's not 65. Well, you see, he was born in 1963, so that makes him how old? Makes him 62 and 72 days old.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is why we have these shows, because there's a lot, there's a lot to unpack with a lot of this stuff. And
if they hire him, does that mean like the pregame meal has to be like a soup or something? And everybody like solids? What are we talking about?
Applesauce.
Applesauce.
Yogurts.
I don't know.
Ice cream. Kind of damn.
Activity yogurt.
Probiotics at the end. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit of Ensure.
Listen, if he can come in here with some thunder, like you're talking about, Billy, let's do this. 5 years, okay, maybe he could do it. Coach LeBeau was able to do it, right? We'll see. But I think that Shula would be the way we should go for longevity to keep the tradition going. But we'll see what happens here.
Oh my God!
Bite
Bite your tongue on that stupid ass tradition. And I hope you find somebody to re-sign Tomlin.
You would say that.
Karen thinks McCarthy would be disastrous. She'd go with Brian Flores. I don't know, Karen. You might be right.
George says, Capitals versus Penguins. Who you got? I'm gonna have to say Penguins.
All right. Do we want to switch gears here to some Penguins talk?
Sure.
That was a good transition right there.
All right.
Thank you. Jorge, cool boy.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I'm very optimistic of this Penguins team. I'm very optimistic for the fact that when I watched them play in the last, handful of games, I really think this team looks like a playoff team. I really do.
Injuries.
I really do.
They've had a string of injuries, and they've had a hard time putting it all together and getting the chemistry going. But, Mac, tell me, they haven't been – when they're all there, they're flying high.
Transition. Thanks, Ethan. I appreciate that, brother.
What do you say?
It was real smooth with that transition, he said.
Yeah.
Well,
I appreciate that.
We call him Bill Smooth.
Yeah, Smooth Bill.
Oh, you call me that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: What do you see in this Penguins team right now? Like, who's the guy that's really surprised you? Who's somebody that you're really like, wow, this guy has really shocked me, and I didn't know he was going to be this good.
Was it Brass? Mac, come on, Brass, right?
I think I would, yeah. I think I would go with that. Brazeau has been amazing. I also think Mantha has been good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yep.
I like Lizotte.
Yep.
I mean, I think that the trade that sent Jari to Edmonton, and we got Stuart Skinner. I think Stuart Skinner has been. I know he has not really won the position. Won the goaltending. That they keep going back and forth between him and Shelovs, but I think that it's going to be his. I think Stuart Skinner is going to win the job. I mean, I think sooner or later, Dan Muse is going to be like, okay, like he's our guy. I mean, he's done enough. Not to say, Shelovs. I like Shelovs too, but every time he's in there, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but does it not seem like every time he's in there, he at least one time he gives up a goal that he should not give up. Every game it seems like
he's awful, Bill. I mean, God forbid if we get into a shootout. I mean, this kid's the worst on the planet.
Well, he's terrible at shootouts. I know he's terrible at shootouts.
I mean, let's just call it how it is. This guy's not good at all.
Right.
I mean, Skinner better be good. Skinner better be good, or we're in real trouble.
Yeah.
Super.
Well, I mean, I think their goaltending situation is better now than it was a year ago.
Yes.
I think it is. I think it's definitely a lot better.
It's more consistent.
And I think these lines are I still say Dan Muse has done a fantastic job with these line pairings. I mean, I really, you put Igor Chinnikov on with Evgeny Malkin, and they have just been like, they've been great. They've been great together.
After Malcolm come back from injury too. That's one of the main points. Is we've had a lot of injuries this year. A lot of guys went down for a couple extended streaks there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say Malkin's a big surprise too, gentlemen. I mean,
he's been a big surprise.
I mean, no one expected that. I mean, there's a lot of surprises on this team. That Kindle. I mean, he's what?
Yeah,
he's 19 now, maybe I think, but they got a lot of stuff to be surprised about.
Here's the thing. I was really down on Dubas. I really gave him a lot. And mainly it was because of that 5-year signing of Jari. I was like, what on earth are you doing? Why? The guy, for crying out loud, into the 2021 series against the Islanders, this guy single-handedly cost us a series.
But you loved him, Bill.
Oh,
exactly.
I love them like a sore ass. That's what I love. But, I mean, I just, but I tell you what, I'm going to give the guy credit. He really has done good in this farm system. I mean, he's really they are developing guys in this farm system, guys. They really are. I mean, it's just really been, it's been a very nice thing to see. It really has been.
You got some comments here. Robin Simmons says, "Geesh, that's pretty harsh, Mac. Schlotz is okay in that." I don't know what that means.
In that.
Yeah.
It's talking our lingo.
I don't know that vernacular. Have a
good night. You too. Very cool boy. Yeah, you have a great night.
Karen Sampson says, "I'm less knowledgeable on hockey, so Ed can't yell at me."
Kieran, just say the Capitals suck, okay? That'll get them going. As people know, yeah, they do suck. I agree with you. As people may not know, Ed is, this is why we have Ed here. He's our buddy, but he is not a native from Pittsburgh, so he has a different perspective. And we sometimes don't all see eye to eye, which kind of makes for good TV for you guys. So
right, because he doesn't know nothing about sports.
Or nothing about sports. I'm not a Yinzer who's blind.
It's a contrasting opinion.
Yeah. The Yinzers, they're blind.
But, I'm going to say this. I like what the Penguins have done with that 6-3 win against the Kraken this week. I mean, you're opening up this road trip, this Western Swing road trip. You've got a team that beat you at home in the Calgary Flames a few weeks ago. You're facing them again tonight, which I'll be, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to be tuning into that and watching that.
Yeah, it starts at 9:30. Yep.
Ed is very entertaining. Ed is very entertaining. He is. That's why we love him. We don't always agree with his Washington D.C.
Yeah, he's like our weatherman.
Capital of the free world.
Yeah. Letang, guys, is he's doubtful. He's doubtful that he's going to play tonight. Carlson returned to practice, but I think he's still out for tonight
36.
as well. So, yeah. So
Letang was on the ice real short. Like he said, he just did a quick escape. But we'll see on that illness. They said that might be short-term illness, and he might be back pretty quick here.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this I'm going to say it when we were talking about line pairings. That LAD line of Blake Lizotte and Noah Chari and Connor Dewar, I'm going to tell you what, good stuff. That line is another good line as well.
Real nice there.
What do we know about the defenseman they just traded for? The 6'3" guy?
Yeah, so yes, I wanted to bring that up here. Yeah, so they Ilya Solo.
Yeah, man.
It's at Pittsburgh Ease again.
Ed, can you attack that one?
Hold on, let me get to their.
Can you attack that one? They traded Corey Pustonen for him, 7th round pick as well. For this guy, he was pretty good for the Avalanche. From what I see, he's 25. I don't know. We'll see. Any knowledge on him at all? I don't know, guys.
Well, I mean,
they said blue liner, right? He's a blue liner.
But if
He's a
Colorado,
blue
the number one team in the NHL, is he that good? I mean,
I don't know.
We'll see. Hopefully,
he's
right.
from Belarus.
Yeah, he's from
So good
Belarus.
or bad?
How do you pronounce that last name, Ed?
Solovyov.
Okay, there you go. Solovyov. Okay.
Solo.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You got Ilya correct, which was very good. Ilya.
All right, let's close out. Let's close out real quick. Let's close out.
Fire Jeff Capel.
Yes, I want to talk about Jeff Capel. Well, by the way, what are they doing right now? I know they're playing Boston College.
I know. I watched a little bit.
Let me see.
They're bad, Bill.
No, they're terrible. They're
very 62, 65 in the second. College. Okay. Boston College.
Okay. So they got blown out the other night at Louisville. Or against Louisville. That was terrible.
They had it was embarrassing again.
By the way, there's 6 seconds left in that game. He just lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have some.
But I didn't get all that out.
So they just lost.
Thanks, Mac.
562. Okay. Drops them to 8-11, 1-5 in the ACC. This is his last year, don't you think, Billy?
It has to be. This has been bad. 8 years. He's had 8 years, guys. It's been. I didn't realize Kevin Stallings has been gone that long. 8 years. Wow. You look at some of the embarrassing losses you've had this year, guys. Quinnipiac. Yeah. How do you lose to teams like that?
You don't. That's why. But here's the thing, Billy. They just don't. It's not a priority for them. They don't have NIL. They just don't have it. They're not willing to use it. You look at other colleges. Look what Texas Tech did. Look what BYU did. The freaking Mormons got the number one player in America to come and play for them. It's possible to do. As we just saw, the hometown kid, which Yinzers are obsessed with hometown people, he just won the national championship because they have money. Pitt does not care about it.
Well, because hometown people win, Edward.
When you look at this, there's a track record with him. There's a track record with him. He was fired from Oklahoma in 2011. He had back-to-back losing seasons after Blake Griffin left. He doesn't sustain success in any of the programs that he's coached.
Nope.
He doesn't rebuild properly either.
Again, it's the closest to greatness, and people make a mistake like this all the time. He was close with Krzyzewski, right?
Yeah.
He was on his staff, and people thought, and they really only had Collins has had great success at Northwestern, and the new kid at Duke has had great success. But Other than that, Wojciechowski, he didn't do anything in his coaching jobs, and Cable hasn't done crap. I mean,
No,
he took it to the attorney a couple times.
Well, I'll jump in on that, though.
Jump in, baby.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ed, in terms of X's and O's. But on a recruiting standpoint, it does mean something when you're attached to greatness. Kids see that, and then they want to play for that because they think that's going to happen too. I'm not telling you that Capel shouldn't be fired, but he is a name that's still tied. I know it's getting distant as we get older and older.
That's just what I was going to say.
And I agree with that wholeheartedly, Bill. It's been 20 years ago since he was tied to greatness.
Yeah, and I think the farther he gets removed from that, kids don't even really. That's not even an afterthought with them. You know, I mean, they don't really like. I mean, maybe at his, you know, when he first left the whole Krzyzewski camp and he went out on his own and become a head coach, I would buy that with, you know, I would buy that.
And his dad was a pretty successful head coach, right, Billy?
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it has not worked for him.
Who are you going to get? Right? They don't have NIL money. Who are you going to find that's going to come here?
No, Pitt just got donated $52 million from that one guy today.
Where does it go, though?
Don't know that answer, but I just saw that.
All I know is you look at teams across the country. I know Texas Tech made a concerted effort. They have tons of money.
Puts a liner in the Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's
right. That's
right. I mean, the football team got rid of Wanstead 15 years ago. Same kind of guy, had a big name, had a recruiting, you know, like people wanted to come here and play because of him, and he couldn't coach either. And they ended up firing him too. You know,
right? And then he went to the NFL and he stunk it up, and then they fired him there too.
You've had eight years without significant results. You've had plenty of program. You've been I mean, you should give a coach 4 years to build a program. You've had 2 sets of 4 years, and you've done basically nothing. You've done basically nothing, and you've done. You know, I think you just need a fresh approach, and I think you got to hit the transfer portal hard to try and turn this program around, because this is a bad program, guys. This is a really bad program. I mean, it's really bad, and this year it's been laughable how bad it is. I mean, it's literally not. They did
good for a while. They went to Europe and found those 2 Spanish twins, the 2 7-footers. You know, you look at a team like Virginia Tech, who's, you know, they pushed $328 million to their sports program. They went out and got the best European player in Avdalos from Greece, who's a top 25 pick in the NBA. That's what Pitt has to do. Go and find that person. Go to wherever you have to go. Go to Croatia. Go to Lithuania. Go somewhere and find that dude, right? And build around that dude. That's what they have to do. And they're not able to do it. They used to dominate New York recruiting. Remember that? Dominate New York recruiting.
When you say Lithuania, you make me think of semi-pro.
Yeah.
With that Lithuania, he says, "You big dumb son of a bitch. You have no idea what I'm saying right now, do you?"
Oh my God!
Hell, Louisville dropped 100 on them on Saturday.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you just call me a jive turkey?
Just call me a jive turkey.
Nobody calls me a jive turkey.
Nobody.
All right. Let's wrap it up there, guys. Any final thoughts?
Next week, I would like to throw one out in honor of the DC guest that we always invite. I'd like to capture his thoughts, and the 13th caller, I'd like to say, gets a free mug signed by the mighty one, Mr. Edward Quinn.
I guess Trace just dropped off. Trace said, "Peace out, guys. See you later."
Well, take care there, Trace.
Yeah, have a good one, Trace.
Jeez, Sax is tired, I guess.
One last final comment with Robin said, University of Pitt shouldn't be in the ACC. Maybe go back to the Big East.
Well, the problem is the Big East, their football teams are 1AA or FCS, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe Pitt will dominate FCS. I'll throw them into they just need to it's hard to say because they're at the core, they're institutions of learning, right? So there's some teams some universities that just want to push money and don't want to be the laughing stock any longer. Pitt's not one of those. Pitt's fine with it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think their quarterback sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Really.
I think Robin's right if you think about it geographically. But this just in, gentlemen, it's all about the dollar.
Yeah.
Right. It is.
Definitely is. Yeah.
If you're not nil, you're not chill. You're not nil.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up here. We got a couple. Let's plug a couple shows here. Tomorrow night we'll be doing Gridiron Weekly. We got that going on tomorrow night. Talking NCAA, talking the national championship, Indiana winning. Going to be talking NFL, the championship games this weekend. We're going to be getting into that. Got a couple other shows here. The Final Word with Matty B. Sunday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Philly Fridays. We got Fridays at 9 p.m. with Al. We got props and parlays with Mike. That's Tuesdays. And then John, our buddy John, does Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. He's been doing that at 7 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays. Tune into that as well, guys. Got some good stuff in there. Got some good guests. He's been doing really good with that. So, all right, gentlemen, we will talk to you later. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the comments tonight. We had a lot of comments tonight. We greatly appreciate that. We love that interaction. So, everybody, take care, and hopefully, maybe we'll have a coach hired by next week. I don't see. What do you guys think? You think they get it done, or are we still talking about this next week?
Ed has to say no.
I think it's going to.
He picked Shieldhouse. He has to say no.
Yeah,
the Rams are going to win.
Yeah, I think we're not going to know. But
they can do in-persons between the championship games and the Super Bowl. They can do in-persons.
Yeah, so we'll see about that.
Yeah,
we'll see about that. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
This just in: Tracy had to go to the latrine.
Okay, thanks for that. We'll talk to everybody next week. Thanks
Good night,
a lot,
gentlemen.
Thank you.